Welcome back to Travel EduStories, the channel where we explore the world at a walking pace and learn about the nature around us. We are located right in the heart of the Piatra Craiului National Park, in the Carpathian mountains of Romania. The starting point for this trek is just a short drive from the town of Bran, with the famous Dracula Castle, which serves as one of the main gateways to this mountain range. What you are looking at right now is the beginning of the gorges. This is a protected area, and as soon as you step past the vehicle barrier, the noise of the outside world simply fades away. We are embarking on a walk that is about 4 kilometers in length, going one way, but do not let the word trek intimidate you. As you can see from the path ahead, this is a very simple, wide, and mostly flat gravel road. It is the perfect choice for a casual Sunday walk. It is highly accessible and highly recommended for almost anyone, regardless of age, fitness level, or previous trekking experience. Whether you are bringing young children, walking with older family members, or just want a peaceful stroll without the heavy exertion of a mountain climb, this trail is perfect. Another reason these gorges are so popular is that they serve as a major crossroads for the rest of the national park. This flat road is just the beginning for many hikers. From this gorge, several secondary routes branch off, leading deeper into the mountains. For example, partway through the gorge, you will see a trail marked with a yellow stripe pointing up through the forest. This is the trail to the famous Curmătura cabin. Curmătura is one of the most beloved mountain huts in Romania. It sits at an altitude of 1,470 meters and offers stunning views of the surrounding valleys. The hike up to the cabin is moderate and takes a few hours, and hikers are usually rewarded with a warm bowl of soup, their famous homemade apple pie, and the company of the friendly mountain dogs that live there. If you are a highly experienced hiker, the gorges also provide access points to the main ridge of this mountain. Trails marked with blue stripes or blue triangles lead steeply upward out of the canyon. The main ridge is a completely different world compared to this easy walk. It is a long, narrow, and highly technical alpine trail that requires scrambling over exposed rock formations at over 2,000 meters in altitude. It is fascinating to stand down here on this simple, family-friendly gravel road and know that just a few kilometers above us are some of the most challenging and rugged hiking routes in the entire country. It truly makes this national park a place for everyone, from families wanting a Sunday stroll to elite climbers. As we walk further in, the landscape begins to change dramatically. The valley narrows, and we are flanked on both sides by massive vertical limestone walls. These are the actual gorges. Take a look at the sheer scale of the rock faces towering above us. In some sections of this trek, these walls reach impressive heights of up to 200 meters. The distance between the two walls shrinks, sometimes leaving only a few meters of space for the path and a small riverbed beside it. Geologically speaking, Piatra Craiului is unique in the Romanian Carpathians because it is a massive single ridge made almost entirely of Jurassic limestone. Over millions of years, water carved its way through this rock, creating the deep canyon we are walking through today. Interestingly, because limestone is porous, the river that formed this canyon actually flows underground for much of the year. You might notice the riverbed next to the trail looks dry, but the water is still flowing deep beneath our feet, only surfacing after heavy rains or when the snow melts. Because of these sheer vertical drops and the high-quality limestone, these gorges are incredibly popular with rock climbers. If you look closely at the walls as we walk, you might spot metal bolts shining in the rock, or even climbers making their way up the vertical faces. There are dozens of established climbing routes here, ranging from beginner levels to some of the most difficult overhangs in the country. But for us today, we are perfectly content keeping our feet firmly planted on the ground. Since we are inside the national park, we are walking through a highly protected ecosystem. The status of a national park means that strict rules are in place to preserve the nature exactly as it is. There is no camping allowed here outside of specially designated zones, no fires are permitted, and every visitor is required to pack out any trash they bring in. Because of these protections, this area is a sanctuary for wildlife. While our walk today is peaceful and quiet, the dense forests on top of these cliffs and the deep caves within the limestone are teeming with life. Romania's Carpathian mountains are home to one of the largest populations of large carnivores in Europe. Living in the wider area of this national park are brown bears, grey wolves, and the elusive Eurasian lynx. Of course, these animals usually stay far away from the main walking paths, preferring the deep, undisturbed forests. However, if you are quiet and look up towards the rocky ledges and alpine meadows, you might be lucky enough to spot a chamois. The chamois is a type of mountain goat antelope, and the ones living here, the Carpathian chamois, are incredibly agile, able to run up near vertical rock faces with ease. They are actually the symbol of this national park, and birdwatchers also love this area. The cliffs are home to ravens, birds of prey, and the beautiful wall creeper, a small bird with flashes of crimson on its wings that flits along the vertical rocks looking for insects. As we continue our trek deeper into the gorge, you might notice a change in the lighting and the temperature. This brings us to a very important point about visiting these gorges: being prepared. Even though this path is easy and flat, we are still in a high mountain environment, and certain gear is highly recommended. Because these limestone walls are 200 meters high and the gorge is so narrow, sunlight has a very hard time reaching the bottom. During the summer, this creates a wonderfully cool and refreshing microclimate. However, in the colder months or even in mid-spring, it can be surprisingly freezing down here. The weather in the mountains can change in a matter of minutes. To give you an idea of how cold the gorge can stay, there was actually still some snow left right here on the trail on the month of May. The sun simply could not reach the ground to melt it. Therefore, no matter how warm and sunny it is in the nearby towns, you should always bring a warm layer, like a fleece or a windproof jacket, in your backpack. Good, sturdy footwear is also recommended. While you don't need heavy, stiff mountaineering boots for this gravel path, a comfortable pair of hiking shoes will give you better traction, especially if the ground is damp or if you encounter leftover snow and ice in the shaded corners. As we reach the end of the gorge, the valley begins to widen again, giving way to alpine pastures and dense forests. For our walk today, this is where we will turn around and enjoy the peaceful 4-kilometer walk back to the entrance. Seeing the gorge from the opposite direction gives you a whole new perspective on the towering walls and the way the light filters through the trees. We hope you have enjoyed this descriptive, relaxed journey through these gorges. Nature has a way of resetting our minds, and a simple walk like this is sometimes all you need to recharge. Thank you for walking with us today on Travel EduStories. If you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful, hit that like button to support the channel and leave a comment below letting us know if you would ever want to visit this amazing national park. Most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next educational journey into nature. Stay safe, respect nature, and we will see you on the next adventure.